Yo, welcome back to another episode of From the Sideline Basket to Basket. I'm your host, Troy. You know, I got the word of the day for you. Today is two words, off base. Because your boy was a little off base about Cooper Flagg. Was on base about motherfucking LeBron James, but Moolish was a little off base. We got some Lakers talk for you today. Luka out, Reeves out, Bron not playing tonight. Troy was just saying a couple of days ago, barring any injury, Lakers could be contenders. And they barred some injuries because they injured as hell now. We got Luka out, Austin Reaves is out, Bron's comments on not playing in Memphis, and the Bucks is on the dock today. We got some Cooper Flagg talk because he did have two really outstanding games. We got to give him the knowledge. Steph returns. We got the Ncaa Champs. And then we finish with the top 80 list.
From the hardwood floors to the rafters packed. Welcome to the show. This is Basket to Basket, where the crowd gets loud and the takes get drastic. Breaking down every play, every stat, no plastic. Yo. We talk legends, rookies, dynasties built. From the drive to the dish to the splash, from the tilt, from the opening tip to the closing act. We got the insight you need, straight fact, no cap. From the garden to the bay, where the nets stay snapping, to the shy where the sky and the vibes stay cracking.
All right, man, get that shit. You feel me? Got the fellas in the building. Hold on, let me unmute these motherfuckers. I had to mute them real quick. They unmuted now. What's up, fellas?
What's the word?
One more time, because Mel not here to give us the claps. See, y'all be thinking, yeah, I went another way with that. I think Mooley's trying to caught that shit.
1 minute and 50 seconds in, dog.
All right. Anyway, we got some Lakers talk on the dock today, but before we jump into the Lakers talk that we got, I just want to say, like I just was telling the boys back, told y'all Nuggets back to the third spot. Lakers for the 4. Lakers versus Rockets first round. That's what I want to see. KD beats LeBron. I mean, it might be that way now with Luka and Reeves injured. Sliding it off. Luka's injured, so we're going to start a little bit there because Luka's been balling. Luka's definitely been balling, and the Lakers have definitely been his hot hand. Had a bunch of 40-point games, mixed in a 60-point game, had a 50-point game in that. Luka's balling, and then you lose Luka, and that's not a good loss before the playoffs, right? But what?
Fuck no. They're done. Yeah, like the season's over. And this is the shit that, you know, it's like it's made for TV, bro. Like, because now we're finna hear these headlines, and I really don't want to hear them. I mean, it's gonna still be good for basketball. I don't really care. Like, I don't really honestly care what does happen, but like the moment Bron he wins the game or something against these Rockets, you know. Oh, if he does it, what does this mean? You know, KD.
You knows winning games.
Man, it's finna be ridiculous, bro. So yeah, they're done. Luka being done, and then not to mention Austin Reaves being done. Like, they might have actually had a decent chance with Austin Reaves. I'm not gonna lie. If he was healthy, him and Bron, that's not the worst duo in the world to have in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but and against this team in particular, the Rockets, a team that I'm not necessarily sold on. But hey, more than likely the Rockets will win this series, barring some type of heroic performance from somebody. Because it's just not going to be. You said what? Something like that, like 4 or 5. But yeah, it's not going to be just the LeBron, carry show. Like, I hope nobody's really expecting that or thinking that. Like, seriously, like LeBron could have a good series still. I'm not saying he can't have a good series. I don't think he's going to have no crazy series or nothing like that. But it would have to take a epic meltdown from Kevin Durant, an epic meltdown probably from Sengun as well. And some hidden Laker that that we can't. Yeah, somebody. I I don't see it happening. Honestly, I think I will be nice and say the Lakers get a game, but it should be a sweep.
Mulic, what's your thoughts on Luka in Spain right now getting injections in his hamstring?
Well, I think the team probably going to end up joining them. Shit, at this point, everybody getting hurt, everybody going down. Everybody going to be looking at the same goddamn doctor, same specialist at this point. We didn't really have the Lakers going far at all, mainly because they have horrible interior and perimeter defense. Can't really rely on Luka or Austin Reaves or LeBron to really play defense, and we know defense is needed in the playoffs. So without their scoring ability, because they're not going to be available, obviously you're going to have LeBron putting in the brunt of the work, which obviously there's a reason why he's not playing tonight, because he's trying to save himself for the playoffs. Which it's not going to. It's 41. You're asking him to do something that he was able to do when he was in his 20s, all right, and even maybe in his 30s. But he's 41 now. This is not a relatively good team if you really look at it, right? Like outside of the scores that they have, this team is really unbalanced. So it's something that I don't think he's ever seen or ever had to deal with before, outside of probably his first year on the Lakers when he traded everybody else. But now it's too late to trade everybody, so you can't really do that. So you got to just really stick with what you got and hope for the best at this point. I'm not saying that the Rockets are that much better, because if you have been watching the Rockets, yeah, they have Kevin Durant, yeah, they have Alfred Sengun, but their offense fucking sucks. It's fucking horrible. Like as good as the coach is, their offense is horrible, right? They do not know what they're doing in either front court or back court, right? And they rely on a lot of hero ball, which hero ball versus hero ball when it comes to LeBron and the Rockets, LeBron versus KD, I'm taking KD.
I actually think though the Rockets are one of those hit or miss type team offensively. Like when they got it going, they kind of nasty too, especially when they kind of using Kevin Durant and Sengun in the pick and pop, pick and roll type situations. But they do still break down a lot of times. They're not what you call a great half court setting offense, and in the playoffs, that's what you typically need. You need to be able to score easy buckets. You're not going to always be able to get out and run against teams. So that would, but I don't think they're going to have that problem against the Lakers, because the Lakers is not a good defensive team. So like that's why I think this
is my thing. When I was trying to tell you not to cut you off a couple of weeks ago, when I said I'll take the Rockets, and you were saying that that's probably the only matchup you would give the Lakers. I was saying that because I know the Lakers aren't that good at defense. So it's just like those two teams is like whoever scores the most points, because the Rockets aren't that good at that much better than the Lakers at defense. They might be a tad bit better, but they're not that much better.
Defensively?
Yeah, defense.
No, defensively, they're much better than the Lakers defense. Much better. They have times too. Don't get me wrong, where their defense isn't what it was last year. That's for sure. But they're better than the Lakers, because the problem with the Lakers is that their three best players are not good defenders. That's the problem. Reeves, Luka, and LeBron are not good defenders. And LeBron can have stretches where he's better than both of them. Obviously, he's always just going to be better than them defensively, because that's just what it is. But
yeah, you're right. I rescind my comment. According to defensive efficiency, Houston is 8th, and Lakers are tied at 19th with Dallas.
Yeah, like
if they can defend, get taken up in offensive situations, especially late in games when it may be close, maybe crunch time.
But it's only like a 3-point difference.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
A lot.
That's why I say I rescind my comment.
Yeah, I just think the Lakers, why I would have picked them to beat, I'm not saying flat out picked them. I would have said the best chance, potential matchup for them to get past the first round is because they can outscore Houston most nights. They will be able to do that with those type of players, with those scores that they have. They will be able, especially if Luka gets it going. If Luka gets it going, Houston is going to have a problem. And that's just for certain. The only hope of truly beating the Lakers is to contain Luka some, because now you make everybody else have to do more. You make Austin Reaves have to do more. You make LeBron have to do more, and that's your best bet of probably beating that healthy Lakers team. But now they finna just load up on LeBron, so it's finna be pretty bad.
That nigga Bronny finna be grounded by the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you can load up on Bron and make the others beat you. Because, I mean, like I was the other day when we was talking about it, I was trolling Bronny James when Boy told me I was being, nasty. Ayton did have a good game. Well, disgusting, yes, what's the word? I just cut that TikTok out. Ayton did have a good game. Hachimura did have a good game. So you can get some good games from the others. But can the others carry you to 4 wins? I don't think so. Not with the way that team is built.
Not those others.
It's kind of the same with the Cavs. I know the Cavs are a little bit on. They just got back, but a lot of games I watched in these last 2 weeks, they've been struggling, really struggling to get their offensive going. Not really getting in good defensive sets and getting stops when they need them. So the Cavs worry me in the playoffs. They one of them teams that I'm like, they get bounced in the first round. The Lakers aren't the Cavs, but now we know for sure with Luka and Reeves not being there and LeBron still healing from his foot injury. Yeah, they're probably gonna get their ass busted. It's probably what it is. No Luka, no championship. That's just what it is. But you know who said that first? Yeah, no pause. No pause at all. But you know who said that first?
Who said the first?
The Dallas Maverick. No.
I think
his ass.
I think the reality is it's fucked up, and it's unfortunate that injuries do happen and have sometimes ruined a lot of players' careers. You know what I'm saying? We understand that's the nature of being an athlete, right? But I think they might have been, seeing early signs that Luka body breaks down a lot. The way he plays the game, you run everything essentially through him. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, account for that as a player, as a you have to do what LeBron does, like with the $1 million on my body shit. You have to probably be that way. Credit to James Harden for the most part. When he played that way, he was very durable. He didn't really get injured too tough. But Luka, I don't know. He seems to always get some type of weird injury, whether it be right before the playoffs or during the playoffs. It's unfortunate. But we was talking about Joel Embiid earlier on TikTok and shit. I was on a live or whatever. And that's the thing with him. Honestly, as great as of a talent he is, you sometimes get in this weird space. I'm not saying Luka's necessarily there, but it's how can we rank these guys? No, I'm just saying it's tough though.
Luka's almost there. It's just that his skill has been on display enough that I think enough people will be like, all right, that's enough that we can rank him. But I think he's close to that unrankable part, because a lot of people struggle to rank Kawhi Leonard, right? Because of all his injuries.
Exactly.
So how can we then rate Luka?
The problem with Kawhi made man. That's the difference. He a made man. He already got the rings.
He got the rings, right? But that's what I'm saying. If we struggling to rank him, how could people easily rank Luka with no championships to stand behind him getting injured? I think it's the same reason why we don't see a Grant Hill ranked high, or guys along that line, Tracy McGrady.
I don't know about Grant. I think Luka has done more than Grant in this short period.
100%. But Grant injury slowed him down. I'm saying if Grant wasn't hurt, he would get a lot more, and we would know what Grant is. So we don't rank Grant, because we know Grant didn't live up to his full potential because of the injuries. Luka can get to that spot. But I think, again, people could be like, did Luka not live up to his full potential, or was Luka really at his full potential? Because you could say this is who Luka is. Topped out, peaked out. He ain't getting no better. I don't see him. What's getting better from Luka?
No, for sure.
No. That's the only thing his game needs, is him to play some defense. The offense is there. There's nothing you could tell Luka that he needs to be better at offense and maybe passing the ball, but he does that. So I don't know.
I don't think he's going to ever be a good defender. I mean,
yeah. So where does he get better at? I think this is.
I've never seen a player be like so good offensively, and then all of a sudden he became like one of the best defenders ever. I've never seen.
Nah, not that. I'm saying, but a decent defender.
I've never seen that. Like, because one of the again, I always talk about this shit is because like one of the biggest things about Stephen Curry is that he don't play no defense. People say that, like, and the reality is he does play defense. He's just not. He wasn't as good as people, especially when they was really saying it back in his early days. But defense is effort. Defense is moving your feet. Defense is altering passes. Like, you don't have to be like what you call a great defender. Does it help that you're a great defender? Absolutely. Like, of course you want to be a great defender, but defense is still being like you're not making mistakes as a team defender and things of that nature. Stephen Curry was what I would call a average defender. I wouldn't call him a bad defender, because bad defenders are people like James Harden, who plays defense like he just reach out there, shit like that, and get blown past. Like, I seen that. I call it
He keeps his arms like this a lot because he reached in and he pulled them back. I know.
Yeah, he gambles. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't really. But I've seen that. But the thing about James Harden is, I have seen times with him that I'd seen the potential of him being a good defender, especially in his early days. I've seen it, him competing against Kobe in the Drew Leagues and things of that nature. Like, I've seen him be what I would have been at least an above average defender, not a great defender, but at least an above average defender. He has the capabilities. But when it comes to Luka is he's fiery. He plays the passing lanes at times, but it's just never been consistent enough for me to even remotely take it seriously. Like, it just hasn't been. So when I look at Luka, again, it's going to be tough for him to like get any better. The only thing he gonna do is just be a problem offensively, and he's a real problem. Like, he's a little bit different from James Harden in that regard, where you gonna be scared of Luka for that series. You know, like, it ain't like he gonna melt down or nothing like that. He finna bring it. Where James Harden kind of done bailed teams out in the sense, and we done seen them fall short a lot of times in the playoffs, where I don't think Luka gonna let you off the hook. You gonna have to go ahead and get him out the way. Kind of like how Ant Edwards and them did him last year. Like, we're gonna just go and get y'all out the way. Not finna play with you, none of that shit.
On the other side of that, we got the second best player on the Lakers, which we mentioned a little while ago. Austin Reaves goes out with a quad contusion, I think it is. A grade 2 left oblique muscle injury. Oblique injury. That's why I say I think the Lakers are lying. This is what Troy calls a spade. I think there's some bullshit. I think Luka wanted to go home for a little bit, see his kids, give him a quick break. They didn't want really Austin Reaves to have to show up and play and accidentally get injured. And they was like, sit out, but they don't want the NBA to find him. That's what I think it is. When I first initially saw the Luka report, I was like, oh damn, bro, I called it. And then when I seen the Reeves like a day later or some shit, I'm like, nah, bro, they lying, bro. That's my first issue as a basketball fan. I was just like, nah, these niggas lying. Like, I don't believe these niggas injured. Like, they just trying to pull a fast one because they ain't trying to get that Yeah, got that from the NBA for you. It's about a $500,000 fine. Thank you.
Why would they?
Because Luka healthy, you keep AR healthy, and LeBron healthy going into the playoffs.
Them niggas is out for the season, gang.
No, they're not. I have the report right in front of me.
What is that?
It says that both Austin Reaves and Luka is looking to come back in the playoffs. And I mean, like, first round. That's why Luka went to go get the shot in Spain in his hamstring to speed up his process so he can get back.
Yeah,
bro, a hamstring is, if it's a real hamstring injury, bro, you're not just, ain't no fucking shot finna work.
That's
like
what
that.
I'm saying, bro. Look at how they try and cover it, bro.
I don't see it.
They conspire it. If Luka come back game one of the playoffs, Troy gonna be right again. Something just don't feel right, bro. He going to Spain to get an injection in his hamstring with the hopes that it promotes healing and expedites his return to the court. Then his decision was made after consulting with the Lakers doctors and then his own medical team. And he suffered it in the OKC game, which is the #1 team in the West. I don't know. It's just like the dominoes. Some of them down. They ain't knock them all down, but some of them are down. And I don't know how you're gonna stack it and make them all fall if some of them are down. But just some of them down here to me, it don't seem right. It just don't seem right. It just, I don't know. Maybe they think they really got a shot with the way Luka was playing, all those 40 games, 50-point games.
I'm sure they do think they got a shot. I'm sure I would think I had a shot too. It's not the greatest shot because LeBron just said a couple of months ago, goddamn, they not a championship team. You know that.
But Luka wasn't playing like this.
It don't matter. They still got some of the same. Even though Luka been balling, it's the reality, bro.
Ayton started balling, bro. Ayton started balling.
It's the playoffs, bro. The playoffs team gonna get the scheme against you is over with.
And that's why they took a break for a week, so teams forget how to scheme against them. So then, surprise! I'm telling you, boo. Like, if that nigga come back with you, if he don't come back, then yeah, all right. Luka out the first round. He trying to come back. They trying to, because JJ did say like his job is to extend their season, so when they come back, they could play. But hamstring ain't no 1, 2, 3 healing thing, and it's a grade 2. It's a grade 2 strain, and then Austin Reaves also has a grade 2 left oblique muscle. So that's not something that either one of them are quickly coming back from. And that's why I'm saying for them to be like, yeah, they're trying to come back as quick as possible is like, yeah, the players are around the corner. If these niggas just come back game 2, game 3, then I got a lot of questions for the Lakers.
This is why Jermichael Finley took that beer from him.
Call that nigga Jermichael. I'm crying. Move say he fuck up names too. Fuck him.
I do. But we see why. Shit, that's why. I mean, it's not the first time his body to break down. And a lot of people took that as, them trying to be the party poopers or rain down on his fun. But it's like, nah, that shit kind of matters, bro. Like, you sitting here drinking a beer, but we haven't done shit yet. We still got the championship series to prepare for. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I know you want to celebrate and stuff like that, but we know what, alcohol does to the body when you're in season, right? Like, we know what you have to do in order to work that off and get that off your system. Like, so I just know that when it comes to certain things, and I'm not saying that that's the case now, because I know he looks a lot better now, but at the end of the day, like we say on this podcast all the time, everybody's body is different, everybody heals differently, and we don't know what they're doing on and off the court, and what he is or isn't doing, right? When it pertains to workouts and when it pertains to other extracurricular activities, right? Because he is going through things mentally, right? So we don't know how that may attribute to other things, right? So it very well could be, at the late point times in the season, his body tends to break down, and that might be why. What's his name? Traded him off. Filmmakers.
Man, the owners knew what they was doing, bro. That's what I feel. I feel like they just let dude take the heat for Nico, but
Yeah.
I think it was something to that. I think even Jason Kidd had something to do with that. I think again, I
We all
always
did.
said I think Dallas is one of them organizations that don't like to keep hiring new coaches. They're gonna keep Kidd around for a while. So I think Kidd had something to do with that, bro. Like
I
I'm
just
not.
I was screaming this when when Nico got let go. That they put pin it on Nico. You feel me? They need a fall guy. Every situation like this has a fall guy, no matter what occupation you put it in. Everybody has a fall guy. You feel me? And it didn't just seem right that it's all on Nico that the trade got made when that's something that a player that fucking big doesn't move without the owners knowing. And I was, excuse me, I was saying that then, and I'll say it now. That type of move is not made without those owners knowing, because that's your money grabber. That's the guy who's putting asses to seats. That's the guy who's helping you get the money. That's the guy that has the fans at the concession stand where you make your money. Like, you ain't just letting that motherfucker go for and just be like, oh, I didn't know y'all was letting him go.
There is no GM that can just trade any player.
No,
Even though you think, yeah, the owner had to agree. Like, bro, no owner is just, you know what I'm
you're not
saying?
gonna
Like,
say and tell me Nico talked him into it. Fuck out of here.
I mean, he could have. That's his job.
No.
Like, that is his job.
That is his job, but
That is his job. But that don't mean Nico got the last say, though. Who got the last say is the owner. The owner can say, I hear what you're saying. It sounds real good, but fuck that. I'm not trading Luka Doncic. He could have said that. He said, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Nico. But guess what? Guess who's gonna take the heat for it? The general manager. Yes, that's how that goes. That's who's supposed to take the heat for it, technically, like in the sense of things, because his job is either to talk him into
Now,
it
what
or talk him out of
what
it.
if it's reversed though? What if the owner came to him and was like, "We ain't winning no championship with this guy. Get this guy out of here."
And the owner could have, if he wanted to do that, he could have.
100%.
But they're not going to take the brunt of that, bro. They
No,
just
we
not
know
going
that.
to do that. That's not how that
But
typically
Nico
works.
probably did. Nico get a job? Think he get a job? Think Nico will ever get another
Nico
job?
is never getting another
He will
job.
never
Bro.
get another job. Like, because of what?
Because he's going to always be attached to that.
The
He's going
100%.
to always
But
be
is
attached
it fair?
to the. I
Is
mean,
it
it's the
fair, or
way.
does this Luka injury, if it's real, this Luka
I
injury,
think.
does
I
it not
think
show
he.
he was right?
I think he should get another opportunity. Maybe somewhere. I'm not saying that it's likely, but yeah, it's just a rough situation to truly be in, bro. Like I
But was he
to some.
ultimately, if
He
Luka
could
is
have
really
came
injured
out
right
by
now,
now. He should have just came out by now and just said, like, man, they told me to trade him, or like he could tell his side of the story. We live in this society where you can tell your side of the story. It's
that's
either
true.
some truth into he the one that told him. The owner might have believed him, might have trusted him, and then it backfired, and he just was like, whatever.
But did
Like
it?
it didn't yet. To me, I don't think it has. I think
I,
ultimately
you
you
get
got
you
Cooper Flag.
right, which
You
we'll
got,
talk about a little later. But you got
you
Cooper
initially got Anthony Davis. So,
Davis. You
like,
still
it
got
wasn't
Kyrie.
crazy.
You feel
It
me?
wasn't crazy at
You still
first.
got what's the two guys that got up there? Gafford and
Yeah, the White
what's the
Powell,
other dude?
you still got
No, it's not. What's
Najee
the other dude?
Marshall. You got a lot of little players on that team. It's not even about those. We know ultimately that trade landed you AD, and it
No,
later
I'm
on
saying the
got you.
team that you got. I don't
Yeah,
know if I would count it as
yeah,
a loss. Like
but you
what I
can't
got
look
back.
at the trade. You didn't get that team though from that trade. You got
No,
AD from
but
that trade.
what's acquired and what goes along with it. You did get AD from that trade,
Yeah.
100%. But
Yeah, but
you
that's how
also
people going. That's how people gonna look at it, though. They're gonna look at it. They're not gonna look at the assets that was already there or potentially came to that team. They're gonna look at the fact that you traded for Anthony Davis. He's no longer on the
PJ
team.
Washington is the guy I was looking for.
Yeah, yeah. But Anthony Davis is no longer on the team. That's a problem.
Right,
And when
but
he was on the team, he only played like 20-some
right,
games.
because they traded for another injured guy, which would kind of fall. That's where I would blame Nico at. Is he should have got more back than what he got,
Yeah, but
or something better back than what he got for Luka? Because I don't know if AD was the best deal or the
he
best
was
person
about
to get back.
he was about the closest thing you was gonna get, bro. Like a lot of players,
I
a
don't
lot of
know,
teams. Yes, think
because a
about
lot
it,
of
bro.
teams came out. A lot of teams came out and said they didn't even know that he was up for grabs.
Yeah, but if you Dallas, bro, it's only so many things you want, bro. You don't want teams third and fourth options and shit like that. You want a legit
Right,
star.
but see, but you want a legit star, but who's to say they couldn't trade Luka to OKC for Shea? Or before
Why in the fuck would Shea?
this is before Shea won the title. I didn't say Shea want to go there. I'm just saying.
Why would the Thunder do it?
Tell
though?
me. I'm not saying that it happens. I'm just saying, like, you can't tell me the Timberwolves don't look at a deal like that and maybe give up an Anthony Edwards.
I don't think they do it.
I don't think they should do it.
I don't think
But
they do it.
the way
It's only
Luka
a handful of teams that would have did it.
Right, that a handful of teams, but they didn't even give those teams choices. It was just
Yeah,
straight Marcus Paul, straight
but
Anthony
I'm
Davis,
saying-
and I don't think he did a good job with shopping him. Which
The only other person you could have probably got Luka for that's remotely Anthony Davis type level, where it's like if Anthony Davis is healthy, he's like a top 10 player. You could have potentially called the Clippers and maybe seen what they interested in making a swap for Kawhi. Could have done something like that.
But see, that's a problem for me too, because and this is where I think Nico's at fault, is because you go from injured player to injured player. And I think that's where he lies at fault with AD, because AD's injury prone, some would say more than Luka.
Yeah, probably. Right?
And you trade for him when you have that caliber of player. So I think he could have, if Nico would have adjusted and made that trade and got something else back, or maybe more back,
but
I think maybe
it's okay. So let me name the two other players that you still might have could have got, and maybe whatever you could have potentially got. Call Cleveland up. Hey, are y'all interested in trading Donovan Mitchell?
Thinking about Donovan Mitchell, but I don't know if that's even adequate.
Yeah, it's the only, bro. Nobody else is giving you. Not getting Tatum from Boston. You're not getting them.
Right, but
you're not getting nobody else. Young star, bro. You're not.
Do I get Donovan Mitchell? See, you're still thinking head to head. Do I get Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, or Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen?
You cannot. I'm not giving you Donovan Mitchell.
Pick? You got to give me some.
I'm not. I don't. That's the thing. I don't. I don't have to give you that. That is insane to give you Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley for Luka.
If I'm pulling the trigger, boy, I'm Nico Harris and I'm pulling the trigger. You gotta give me something like that for Luka.
No, you don't though. That's the thing.
I'm not letting him go for nothing else. I'm not letting him go
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Not
yes,
me.
you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Not Troy Harris.
Yeah, I am, because I'm not finna pay nobody I'm not finna pay nobody $500 million, and I don't believe you can win a title. And then in the middle of that contract, you get unhappy and then say you want to be traded. No, I'm not doing that. Now you got my hands tied. Now you have my hands tied as a GM. I'm not doing that.
Listen,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
And ask Danny how he got fucking Rudy Gobert out there.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert didn't go for no one player though. He went for multiple
picks. That's my point, boy.
Right.
You don't have to just go for AD. You could have gave up Luka for multiple picks.
Yeah, but nobody. Danny Ainge is the only team that got that type of shit is Utah, and they're not looking to get a Luka Doncic. You're not. It's not that many deals out there, Troy. That's the thing. It's just not, bro. It's not that many deals out there, bro. Like the reality is, you only if you're a GM in this climate, you have to be very proactive. If you're gonna try to trade a superstar, you cannot let him know you're doing it, because if you tell him you're doing it, he's going to be off. What? Y'all trying to trade me? Now it's a problem. No, he did what he could do. I just think at the end of the day, he got to take some blame for it for sure. He's the GM. But I don't know how much blame are we giving him. Neither one of these teams probably aren't finna win a title. So, and I don't know if Luka Doncic And that's just being truthful. I don't know if he ever will. So then what?
Listen, I feel you, but I just don't think it's enough for me to pull the trigger. If I want to get rid of a guy, I gotta get more back than a player that's more injured than him, and then wonder why it didn't work out.
Just name the deals that you know
that's
that
still on the
happen like
Mavs
that.
too. It's still on the Mavs too because the Mavs came out and said they was going to trade AD, and then we not trading AD. AD gonna be here, and we gonna see what it's like with him, Kyrie, and Cooper Flagg. And then all of a sudden they trade AD because Rich Paul said they want you as an organization have to know what you're building too. So if you trade it for a guy and that's the guy that you want to try to win with, you can't give him a half a season to fucking try to win, and then the guy's not healthy, comes back, and then let's get rid of him. That's on them too as an organization. That's why you go for more picks and other players and other things you can move around.
You got to name a time other than inside of your brain and what you wouldn't do. Name me a time where a team, more than likely, that had to trade a superstar actually got like the better deal of it. Name me the time.
I'm not saying the better deal. I'm saying a better deal.
What better deal is out there? You're not getting. You tried to. You just tried to get Cleveland best two players. That's not happening. Why would they trade their best two players for Luka Doncic?
I said or Jared Allen.
I'm not doing that.
Or Jared Allen.
Fuck.
You feel
what
me?
You talking about?
You feel me?
I'm finna give you fucking Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell for Luka? No.
The Mavs got Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley, AJ Johnson, some other dude, a first-round pick, a top 20 protected pick for Anthony Davis. Why couldn't you put some fucking shit together to get this back for Luka with more picks attached? That's all I'm saying. Give me three first rounders.
Okay, and what?
Give me three first rounders. Somebody I hate Chris Middleton, but he was a serviceable player. I don't think anymore. Marvin Bagley's been good for Dallas. I don't know who the hell AJ Johnson or Birmingham is, but those salary dumps, you feel me? You got to get rid of them. But now you give, and I don't think the Wizards are stupid too in a way, but I want to get there one step track. But I just think you get more back than what you got. And I just want to look at the trade because maybe I'm wrong and they did get more back for Luka. Because I could swear it was just a 1-for-1.
Not really.
They got a trade and a player. They got
Anthony Davis
and then another player.
They got a Max Christie in the 2029 first round pick. It's not protected top 10, not nothing. What did they get from him? And then they not only did they give up Luka in the trade, right? So you're talking about just giving up superstar talent, but they also gave up good serviceable pieces in Max Cleveland.
No, they didn't. They didn't give up superstar talent. They didn't just give up superstar talent. You're still Dallas. No, they didn't just give it up. Giving it up would be letting Luka Doncic just walk out the door and telling y'all.
No, I'm saying in the sense of trading. Okay, they didn't give it up. They traded Luka. On top of that, they traded two serviceable role players to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, a player, and one first round. Doesn't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. They could have got
who they trade. Who they trade with Luka? Who they trade with Luka?
Max Kleber, who was good for Dallas, and Markieff Morris.
These niggas was not even fucking playing.
Yes, they
were. And they're not playing now. No, they weren't.
Because the fucking Lakers, Max Kleber about to get time now.
He had been out Maxi Kleber had been out the fucking rotation for a minute now.
Yeah, because they wanted to get PJ fucking Washington and
those are salary dumps. They got them niggas off the books.
100%, but these are salary dumps.
Okay,
because you got to make space for Anthony Davis, which you could have got something better.
And they got. Then they get what's shorty name? The Lakers got who? I mean the Mavericks got who from the Lakers?
Max Christie.
No, they got
Max Christie.
Max Christie is solid, potential, decent. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna have a definitely longer career than Markieff and Maxi Kleber. Goddamn it,
Markieff been
a first round pick.
He been balling though. Young been balling as a
first round pick. So like, bro, the reality is, bro, like the Lakers nobody got fleeced in this deal, bro. Like Dallas, it seemed like they knew what they're doing, bro. You're going to pay Luka $500 million because that's what's going to happen if you keep him this year. You're going to have to pay him. You're going to have to pay him. You hear me?
On a milli.
And then when he look around in 2 years, in 3 years, and he could probably be breaking down, whatever. You done tried to be loyal, and he says, I want to win a ring. He's going to ask for a trade. And
but
then your hands
nobody's
are tied.
disputing that
Now you get even less.
Do the right thing.
Now you get even less.
Nobody's disputing that Dallas did the right thing by trading him. All I'm saying is I don't like what they got back from him. In my opinion, I think they should have got more from him. Because we're talking about caliber of players, right? So I get that Anthony Davis healthy, you can say is a top 10 player or whatever you guys want to call him. But Luka healthy is a top fucking 3 player in the NBA.
But you gotta realize
that's not the and then one's less healthy than the other. So if I'm looking at resumes, I got to worry about the guy that I'm trading for. I'm getting rid of my franchise player for that is less healthier. Then on top of that, in hindsight, his agent fucking is requesting him out, not him. His agent is. So now I got to deal with this, right? And then I'm just supposed to be like, yeah, 1 first-round pick is good when Luka is this fucking good. I'm looking at how good Luka is and saying, shit, Rudy Gobert isn't that fucking good. Why can't I get a deal like that? That's all I'm saying.
You see that.
That's all I'm saying. In hindsight, we see what Rudy went for, and yes, I know that's the brilliant mind of Danny Ainge. He played for the Lakers, played for Boston, was on Boston. He got us some amazing treats. Got the fucking Paul Pierce Garnett to the Nets was his trade, which ultimately got us Tatum and Brent. You feel me? But I'm just saying, like, if I could see what these other guys are going for, why can't I want that for Luka? And I get maybe, boy, you're right. It's a dire situation. I got to get rid of this guy. I'm not going to get nothing else. I get it. In the business is business, but I'm just not. In hindsight, knowing that they traded away AD after trading for him, less than a year of having him? Yeah, that just doesn't seem like it was a good trade.
Yeah, it don't seem like a good trade, but the reality is why you have to do these things is because, again, it's going to be some controversy when you decide to trade a player like Luka Doncic, bro. They're going to ask questions like, why? Is it something wrong with him that we don't know about? These type of questions will come up. Is he a problem in the locker room? Because nobody is going to trade the talent of Luka Doncic for no reason. Nobody.
No, and I listen, 100%. We all talked about this. We know that motherfucker Luka is a problem. They don't just make a move, pull the trigger, owners down with it. If Luka isn't a problem and he isn't what they see going forward. But see, even the Timberwolves, when they traded Garnett, got a bunch of motherfucking players back. They at least got some guys. Al Jefferson was respectable back then. The Sebastian Telfair was respected. Gerald Green, good rotation player.
Like, you keep saying like they did.
First round pick.
Davis. And when they got Anthony Davis,
they also got Al Jefferson in this trade.
But Al Jefferson is no Anthony Davis, bro. Like,
I'm not
no
saying
disrespect to
Anthony
Al
Davis.
Jefferson.
I'm talking about Garnett and what Timberwolves got for Garnett. That seems more substantial to me with 2 first-round picks attached to it.
Because they won a ring.
Because
if they didn't win a ring, then what? Then it would have just been what?
No, I'm just talking about Kevin Garnett as the player at the moment of the trade.
Okay,
not that they want to trade next year.
At the moment of the trade, Anthony Davis was one of the best players in the world. Still, at the moment of the trade, he was.
I don't know.
No, that's true because he was still a top player defensively too.
Like, what are you?
When he was on the court,
the Lakers. Why you think it was a big deal? The Lakers they felt like they didn't know what was going on, like, because Anthony Davis was hooping.
Yeah, but and 100%, we know Anthony Davis hooping, and we know he got traded because of his comments. But that's look, call a spade a spade. The nigga got traded because of his comments. But he played 40. What is this? He played 51 games last year. 51, and then
he only
played
played
20
like
for Dallas, and then now
he
he
didn't play.
hasn't.
He didn't play. He didn't play 20
He
with
played
Dallas.
9 for Dallas. He played 42 for the Lakers, 9 for Dallas. He played 51 games last year.
Right.
And then so he missed all his time with Dallas last year, and then he plays 20 games this year, and then he's out, and then they ship his ass off, and it's like,
yeah,
you trade for a guy, you expect him to be around. That's why you trade for something different, in my opinion.
But they got younger. They're doing what they want. They're going to be positioning themselves this year to be a team probably in the.
They got younger with trading AD away 100%.
That's what they want to do though. When you find out that, okay, yes, we traded for this player, but yeah, he's not X, Y, and Z, right? He's not going to fit the future of our team, because you don't want to pay Anthony Davis, because he's going to still want some money. He's going to still want to be paid, and he's
100%.
going to go. He's either going to walk out the front door. You don't do that. You don't allow players to walk out your front door.
I'm with you with the AD. You get rid of him, but I'm saying what attached to the Luka and this is what you got from Luka, to just trade him away 29 games that he's played for you. It's kind of mind-boggling that this is what happened when you're getting rid of a player like Luka. And I don't know if that speaks more towards the Mavs or if it speaks to how dire of a situation they need to get rid of Luka.
Bro. It's just like sometimes you're gonna be fortunate. Sometimes it is what it is. What you can't do is be stagnant. Like they could have just, we're gonna see what Anthony Davis is gonna do. Nah,
but that's what they said they were gonna do. So we get Kyrie back next year. We get AD back next year, fully healthy.
Yeah, but
let's see what let's
run
the table and see.
They see AD can't stay healthy, and they see Cooper Flagg.
But they said this stuff while he was injured, and that's my problem with it. This is what they were saying while he was injured, approaching the trade deadline. He's injured. He's not playing.
Teams do that. They got to keep their hand, Troy. They're not going to tell you every move they're thinking.
100%. But I'm just saying,
that's the only way you can do in this business.
Nah, when Boston said they're not going to trade you, they're Isaiah Thomas. I get you. All right. That's just what happens. But I don't think they was going to trade AD until Rich Paul put a little pressure on.
Well, yeah, niggas be lying though, so there's that.
Niggas do be lying, but I don't think they were going to trade him because there was reports coming out. But there was reports coming out saying that they were going to trade him, and then 2 days later you would see a report from the fucking manager, and maybe that's just the game they was playing, that they weren't going to trade him, that they want to see what happens. Kyrie, they don't know if Kyrie was coming back this year, and then when the decision came down that Kyrie wasn't coming back, is what ultimately I think they made the decision to trade him. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess more hindsight. We'll see how good, Dallas is trading Luka away, getting AD, and then essentially trade him away and getting the pieces and the picks that they did get, and how they move forward. But talking about moving forward, LeBron had some comments on playing in Milwaukee and Memphis.
Yeah, he said he don't really fuck with playing in Memphis. Went on a whole tangent about it. Everybody's
when asked if traveling gets worse for James, he said, yeah, before expanding on his comments, a random fucking Tuesday in Milwaukee, staying in the fucking Hyatt at 41 years old. You think I want to do that shit? Being in Memphis on a fucking random ass Thursday. What are we taking from Bron's comments?
Well, I mean, don't nobody really like Memphis like that. And I'm not saying that as if we're saying like a city standpoint, right? But we have to think about it in the professional athlete's eyes, right? Like they're going in, they're staying at these hotels, and we know that in some cities, the accommodations may not be the best, right? So when they go and they stay at these hotels, we know that they're expecting a certain treatment because they're athletes, right? And some athletes or some hotels don't quite live up. So a lot of times, of course, athletes are going to have places or hotels or cities that they really don't like to frequent due to the treatment of either the athletes because it's a rival city or because the facility isn't as nice, whatever the case may be. We really don't know. But LeBron isn't the only one that has said something about Memphis, right? We understand that even in the football world, a lot of people don't like the Washington Commanders Stadium because of the facilities and how everything transpired. Like a lot of people don't really look at that aspect of it, right? When it comes to athletes and traveling, and it's like, oh, well, they just get to pull up and play basketball. And it's like, yeah, no, a lot of the times they go through turmoil trying to just find a fucking hotel, trying to find a place to sleep, right? Which sucks because you would think that they're athletes, right? They should have this, they should have this kind of like in the books, but a lot of the times it doesn't go as smoothly, right? So, of course, they're going to have their opinions. And when it comes to everybody, having their opinions on LeBron's opinion, right? Oh, he's trying to be part of the good old boys club and he's with all the white people on the golf course and talking about bad mouth in the black city and stuff like that. Like, we have to take our emotions and our feelings out of it, right? Because he's not talking about the city of Memphis as a whole. He's talking about the Hyatt. He's talking about the hotel, the accommodations of which the city of Memphis presents, right? So not the history, not the civil rights, and all this other extra stuff that people want to bring up because they're mad that he's talking about Memphis. We get it, okay? It was a staple in Black history, and nobody's taken away from that. But when we're talking about facilities, when we're talking about presenting athletes, when we're talking about putting up athletes, when we're talking about putting on sporting events, we have to be real. It's not the best, right? And it could definitely be better, right? So even though the comments may be looked at as negative or maybe taken at as negative, it's like, yeah, a lot of players have said this. Draymond has said this. Danny Green has said this. There's a whole bunch of players that have come out and said, like, bro, like you can get robbed going from the freaking stadium to the hotel. Like, people are shedding light on the problems. So instead of being upset at the problems, fix the problems. So now people won't have shit to say about your city. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny that because I know a lot of people were harping on this part, right? Because they had the whole back and forth between LeBron and Stephen A. and then Matt Barnes jumped in it and then Stephen A. clapped back, right? It's funny that Stephen A. has so much to say, but he was one of the loudest people on First Take. And I remember this, right? Ever since John Morant got drafted, he's one of the loudest people saying that they should move the franchise. One of the loudest people saying that Memphis doesn't do its due diligence to its young star and they should just move the team and Memphis doesn't deserve an NBA basketball team and they still have Elvis on the billboards and they should have John Morant. Like, I remember this. I can go back and watch it on First Take. I have it recorded, right? So you can't sit up here and bring up all this other extra stuff about Black history and all this stuff because you heard those talking points coming from somebody else, because I heard the same talking points, right, on a radio station. So I know exactly where you got those talking points from, right? But you can't sit up there and say that, but then backtrack when everybody is, oh, you're piling on LeBron. Oh, let me jump on it too. Like, nah, bro, because you've been the loudest saying that Memphis needs to step it up, and oh, they need to do this and they need to do that. And if they're not going to do this, they might as well just move the team. And Memphis is such a small market. Like, I remember all those comments, dog. Like, so we got to stop with the fake outrage. We got to stop with all the, oh, well, he's disrespecting this and just like, no, we have to, unfortunately, bring light to unfortunate situations in order to fix them. And for the longest time, a lot of NBA players have said Memphis is not the best when it comes to accommodating and when it comes to travel. So instead of getting upset, why not start taking the steps to fix it?
Bua?
Yeah, you need to just retire. Yeah, I'm tired of the age shit, bro. I'm serious, bro. I'm tired of the age shit, bro. Like, I'm tired of hearing his age. I get it. He's 41. Because he prefaced it. He prefaced it by saying, I'm 41.
41.
Like, you should just retire then, bro. We get it, bro. Like, I get it. You've been playing forever, bro. Like, you probably don't want to be at Memphis, but unfortunately, it is an NBA city. It is a place you're going to have to go to, and you know that because you've been in the league for 20-some years. You're going to have to go there at least twice a year, bro. Long as you're pretty much healthy, unless you're not healthy, then you don't have to go. Or whatever. Just honestly, just don't go, Brian. You don't have to go. Nobody could say your elbow hurt. You don't have to go to Milwaukee. You don't have to go to Memphis. You just truly don't enjoy, the hotels or whatever out there. We get it, bro. Like, I get it. But I also ultimately just think you probably just need to retire, bro. Like, you don't want to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if you had to play a playoff game? What if you had to go to the NBA Finals or something in Milwaukee? Well, like, what you gonna do then? Not play? Not
Or
stay
Memphis,
there?
the West.
I don't get it, bro. It's they need to figure that situation out with Bron pretty soon, bro. Like, cause it's finna be a short playoffs, and they need to figure out what they
They
finna do
waving him
with
right after the
Bron and Bronny
playoffs.
James, man.
It's gonna be 2 minutes after the final buzzer of the first round. Lakers lose to the Rockets. 2 minutes after the game, man, it's gonna say LeBron waived by the Lakers.
Yeah, man.
He rescinded his contract.
It's over with, bro. Like,
Over with. I'm with Boo up though. Yeah, bro. Traveling is part of the NBA. I know there are some states that's unfavorable, but it's just like the Nuggets. We know that's a high altitude. So the air breathing is a little different there, as players say. Not really going there. Just ask Joel Embiid. But yeah, bro, if you tired of playing in them places, you tired of staying at the Hyatt, you've been staying there all your 23 years, peace out, bro. But excuse me, next year, LeBron, I think, will announce his retirement and have his farewell tour, and right behind him, so would bro.
More than like,
So
I don't know how long Bronny gonna be in the league, bro. I don't know. Like,
hey, listen, I just call it like it is. Because
He's gonna be on YouTube real soon.
I was going back and forth in mail, and you guys know I put it in the production chat with a guy on YouTube, and it went pretty lengthy. It was damn near 50 comments, bro. Like, we going crazy on it there. But Mel jumped in because I know Mel had jumped in, and he was basically mad or upset or whatever he wants to call it because I mentioned Bronny, and Bronny's a G Leaguer / NBA player. His comment that really intrigued me and why I went at him so hard was because he said 6 points from an NBA / a G Leaguer versus 6 grown men trying to make money off of social media. So that kind of interests me. So I kind of went a little hard on him because we all got jobs. Like, we all make money different ways. You feel me? But he didn't understand the concept of, when you're in basketball, you get talked about like basketball players. We talked about Matt McClung, who's also a G Leaguer. I asked him if he had a problem with that. He had no problem with that. And we talked about Jeremy Lin, remember years ago. I asked him, did he have a problem with that? He had a problem with that. But it was just the Bronny, why I had to, bring the Bronny, because I did not sit here and, put Cooper Flagg, which gives me the perfect transition. Did I not sit here, Mulich, and put Cooper Flagg down and was like, yo, I'm not really sold on him yet?
This is true. And if you watch that episode, whatever your name is in those comments, I was trying to defend Bronny, but Troy literally said, "Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Nah, don't ruin my joke, bro."
I also pointed that out to him that if he listened to the video, I literally said, "You're not gonna out troll me when it comes to Bronny Boo Up." That's what I said to Boo Up. I said, "You're not gonna out troll me when it comes to Bronny Boo Up." And then I said, Don't take away from my joke, Mulich. And then at the end of it, I said, but that's what they would say, not me. So I was literally joking in the video, and I waited to save that part to the end with the conversation with the dude. And then I told him, I said, I just wanted to save this because I just want you to know how wrong you are. But I also went to his page because he did have a YouTube page. So I did slide over to his page and leave him a nice comment on the one video he posted 2 years ago that got 13 views. And I did tell him, a little flex 5K to one sub. But you over here talking to us like we shouldn't have a fucking opinion. But his YouTube is called You Made Counsel. And the description is him trying to help people be successful in life, relationships, health, and all this shit. Like, I told him, what makes you an expert on that shit, nigga?
Yeah, shoot.
We don't claim to be experts over here. What made you an expert on that shit, nigga?
Yeah, you trying to make money off that. Why we can't make money off Ronnie?
But he's like, that's the difference. I'm not trying to make money off mine. I said, yeah. I said, the difference is you made one video, saw that it didn't do well, and you gave up. I made one video, saw it didn't do well, and kept trying. That's different. Exactly. And I said, if you're on social media and you're posting content, if you're not trying to make money off your content,
then what are you doing?
Now, there are some YouTubers that understand that the content they make you cannot make money off of it. So they just don't monetize the channel. They'll find it another way with a different channel doing something else. You feel me? But we all do this to eventually put ourselves in a better predicament. It's just like the other podcasts that talk about relationships, podcasts that talk about business, guys like you that get up here and try to counsel people to give them a better life, better health, better this and better. Like, we're not up here saying that we're experts, right? And that's why the word of the day was off base, because sometimes we can be off base. We are fans talking sports. I mentioned Cooper Flagg, and guess what? I said he didn't show me enough. Well, guess what? Cooper showed me enough now, because
I was going to say, who came through?
Moving on from the guy from YouTube, so we can start the Cooper Flagg segment.
Oh, one last thing. Everybody gets on social media to either gain clout or money. Never anything in between. We can continue.
Never anything in between. That is true. We'll put 30, 39.
Yep.
I gotta do this over here. Okay, so Cooper Flagg, a couple of weeks ago, I said that he hasn't shown me enough. I know everybody said that they're sold on him. I'm not sold on him. Well, guess what? Troy's still on the same stance. I didn't switch my stance, but I will give props where props is due. I'm not just a troll. I really talk basketball, and if you missed Friday's show, I was really up there talking football. But he did have a game March 30th, right? In the time frame that Troy said he needs to show me a little bit more. Cooper had a game of 24, 12, and 19. That wasn't impressive. On 31% shooting, 26% shooting, and in a 24-point game, he had a 59.9% shooting. You feel me?
That is kind of rough. I'm not going to lie to you.
Every single one of those games, 0% from the three, 0% from the three, 0% from the three. Granted, on the 27th of March, the 24-point game, he only shot 1 3. But the 2 games after that, he shot 3 and missed both of them. So, yes, I was not impressed with what I was seeing from Cooper Flagg. He averaging 20 points as a rookie. That is great. But the way people hype people, and Mulich would tell you I am big on the way people get hyped and what they actually do. I wasn't sold on him. But Cooper comes out and has 2 really, really good games. One in a loss against the Magic, where he scored 51, made 6 threes, and had 6 rebounds and 3 assists with 3 steals and a block. I think that's pretty damn impressive. 51 plus some defense. You feel me? And then he beat the Lakers on the 5th. He had 45, 8, and 9 with 2 steals and a block.
Okay.
Which shows me he does have some flashes of being a great player, right? I just watched the condensed version of Cooper Flagg's 51 points and 45 points while Mulich was talking about the LeBron comments. And I could tell you, Mulich, if you remember in that conversation, I said he was hesitant. He didn't know if he wanted to score or pass the ball.
True.
What did he do in those 2 games?
I was gonna say it seemed like he was watching this personally. It was like, you know what? Okay, bet.
Because
a lot more
was
aggressive.
He not aggressive?
Yeah,
was he not decisive?
A lot more aggressive.
Was he not decisive?
Yeah.
Like everything I said you feel me? The nigga just did. He did it.
He said, "Okay, Coach Troy, watch this."
He said, "Let me get up here and show you some stuff." You
he
feel
said,
me?
"Watch this, Coach Troy."
Everything I said that I didn't see from him, the guy gave it to me. Like he gave it to me, and I'm gonna try to go get the clip of the Cooper Flagg of the old one of me saying it and putting this one together so we could give it to him like we give it to him. You feel me? But we do this up here. Sometimes we are wrong. I didn't see Boo. I'll come back. Sometimes we are wrong up here, and sometimes we are right. Off base. You feel me? I still think Cooper will be a good player. I still would like to see a lot more from him, but this is his first year. I wasn't completely writing him off or judging him, but for this guy to come out and have 2 big performances like this, that's pretty damn well impressive. So I will give Cooper Flagg some props, especially for the almost triple-double he dropped on LeBron's head. And what was he, the first rookie to drop 40 on LeBron?
Yeah, you were sold on Jason Tatum and not on Cooper Flagg. Boy, you got to make it make sense.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What you talking? Go back.
Guarantee you.
Tatum.
I bet you sold on Jason.
First of all, hold on. When was Jason? I'm about to get Boo up right now.
We went on the camera.
I'm about to get Boo up right now. Right now, bro. Jason Tatum got drafted, if I'm not mistaken,
2017.
Yeah, and I started doing this pod in 2021. So there's no way I could have not been sold on JT when he was a rookie, when I wasn't potting when he was a rookie.
You are a Boston lover. Goddamn.
Yeah, so I was more paying attention to Brown because he was the guy that came out the year before. I was trying to see what he was going to be, and then Tatum actually surprised me in what he had and with the game that he came with. So no, I wasn't sold on anybody. I was still looking.
I was more sold on Tatum than Brown, honestly.
No, I'm not
mainly
saying
because
Brown. I said I was watching Brown because he was the sophomore. He was the second year guy. He's coming out. I want to see what he's going to show me. And then Tatum surprised me, like, oh shit, wait a minute, maybe I'm paying attention to the wrong guy.
But I can dig that. I was mainly paying attention to Tatum because he went to Duke. I'm a Duke fan.
Yeah, I didn't even know Tatum. I didn't know because y'all know I don't really pay attention to college basketball, so I didn't know who Tatum was when he came to the league.
More coveted player, though. I can tell you that through the door. Most people
said
he was more coveted. He was seen to be. He should have been the number one pick in a lot of people's eyes in that draft.
100%. I know that because of draft night, but I didn't hear Tatum's name until draft night because I'm just not a big. I guess it did because I'm not a big NCAA fan. I don't watch college basketball.
That was a great draft, if I'm not mistaken.
That was a great draft.
That's
first. That was a really great draft.
Fultz, Ball,
Tatum,
De'Aaron Fox might have been in that.
I think wasn't Bridges in that draft too?
McHale, I'm not sure.
No, Miles.
I think McHale might have been in that draft.
2017, right?
Yeah, he might have been in that draft. No, McHale was in the 2020 draft. I'm tripping. Because he was like a rookie.
So Falk, Lonzo, Tatum, Fox was 5. Jonathan Isaac, Larry Marketing was 6'7". Frank Nikita, who's not in the league no more. I don't know if I said his name right. 8. Dennis Smith Jr., 9. You had Malik Monk at 11. Donovan Mitchell was in that draft. Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, that's a good draft.
John Collins, Jared Allen, Obi Anunoby, Kyle Kuzma, Derek White.
That is a great draft.
And then second round. Do I see anybody in this second round? Jordan Bell, Dwayne Bacon, who's still in the league. Thomas Bryant, which I can't stand his jump shot. Isaiah Harkenstein was in that draft. Dylan Brooks was in that draft. Sterling Brown. I don't know what happened to Sterling Brown, but he was in that draft. Monte Morris was in that draft.
That was a good ass draft. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You got to keep going. That was
the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I remember that. I remember that year because that March Madness year went crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was a very coveted draft as well. Like they talked about that draft a lot. So I kind of already knew about Tatum and what his potential could possibly be. Mm-hmm. Brown, on the other hand, I don't think that draft for Brown was a really popular draft because Brown
not too popular.
Brown wasn't as coveted coming out. Like people knew who he was. Don't get me wrong, but he played for Georgia Tech, right? Or Georgia, yeah.
He went to Cal.
Oh, right. I'm tripping. He went to Cal.
That's probably why he wasn't so talked about, is because they really didn't make the tournament those years. Although he was a good player, Cal is not necessarily a true, basketball school, if we're being for real. Right. So you can say it's a relatively small basketball school as far as recognition goes. So that's probably the reason why, or that's what I chalked it up as the reason why he was overlooked, is because he really just didn't go to a really top basketball school like a Duke or like a North Carolina.
I mean, when I look at,
don't be trying to come at me for Jason Tatum. I didn't know who he was.
No, I'm saying though, I feel like both of these players both came from Dukes.
I didn't know who Jaylen Brown was either until he got to Boston.
Jalen Brown didn't play for a major school though. That's the difference.
But I didn't listen, bro. I'm telling you, whoever got drafted, I did not know who they were until they hit the Boston uniform because I didn't pay attention to college basketball. I didn't grow up on college basketball, bro. I grew up on.
I'm not going to
Larry Bird.
College basketball, but I know the players that's supposed to be potential and what's not.
And that's my downfall where I got to start applying myself more. And that's why I tried this NCAA. Mulich and Mel didn't give me no credit, but I tried.
I for sure did. Hold on, wait a minute. Don't do that because I for sure did. My boy been out here doing his researches. My boy Coach Troy. Don't do that.
The 2016 draft was not bad, but it wasn't as good as that 2017.
This 2017 draft has some.
Ben Simmons was the number 1 pick. Brandon Ingram, and we know Brandon Ingram's solid. Jaylen Brown, Dragan Bender. I don't think he's in the league anymore.
He's not in the league no more.
No, he's not.
Chris Dunn, he's still in the league. Buddy Hield,
Buddy.
Jamal Murray,
Marquise Chris.
He's
still in the league?
No, he's out the league. Jacob Pottle, he's in the league still.
Jacob Pirtle.
Don Maker is not in the league anymore.
Yeah, that's a Mel's Wimby before Wimby.
Yeah,
where he at?
He's crazy.
Anybody that's 7 foot could do it. Why Don Maker didn't do it? He was drafted to Boston.
Yep, sure did. I think he's playing in China right now.
He better be over there playing in China because that's the only time he getting burned.
Denzel Valentine, that was my boy.
Hey, Michigan State.
Yeah, Karis LeVert is still in the league.
Now, what's this nigga name? You skipped him at number 16. Say that nigga name.
Gershon Yabusele.
Yo, you know what I told Mel? Remember what I told Mel? Tell me his name. I'll fuck his name up right now.
That nigga crazy. I'll fuck his name up right now. Nigga, tell me his name.
Pascal Siakam, 27th pick. DeJounte Murray, the 29th pick.
What happened to the dude at number 21? He not in the league no more?
Brembry, nah. Ivica is.
Oh, yeah, he has been in the league for 3 years.
10 years. Malcolm Brogdon, he's not in the league anymore, I don't think. Or
Brogdon retired. No, Brogdon. What the fuck happened to Malcolm Brogdon?
He might have retired. I don't know.
I don't know if he retired, but I know he's not in the league right now.
Michael Brogdon is in the league. He plays for Washington Wizards. No, wait. Last year he was in the league. He played 24 games for the Washington Wizards.
Yep.
That makes sense.
That's it. So, yeah, you had some standout players, but I just think that wasn't a really...
McClaw. Remember Patrick McClaw?
Yeah. So, now I'm just saying, like...
Isaiah Whitehead.
When you 3-peat champion, Patrick McClaw.
When we looking at these players...
Georgie Nang.
You got players like a Cooper Flagg, bro, that's... I'm not going to say I was super high on him because I'm just looking at it from the standpoint, like, I thought I would just say this. I wasn't having these expectations that he was going to probably necessarily live up to what people typically equate the number 1 player should be, which is like a superstar type player. When you draft the number 1 in the draft, people have superstar expectations of you. Like, even if you don't necessarily pan out to be a superstar, you could have been just an all-star. People are kind of down there say you underachieved.
Gee, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, I thought he could be an all-star caliber player. Just based off what I was seeing in college. I didn't see superstar, but to me, he's showing potential flashes of superstar right now as a rookie. And that's more than a...
Who are you talking about, Flagg?
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But that's why I said you got to excuse Troy because when Troy, these guys know mentally in last year I wasn't here. I checked out. I didn't watch no sports. I mean, not a lick of sports last year. So I kind of fell off and wasn't really in my normal state of mind of how I watch sports and how I break players down and how I watch them. So when I did start watching Cooper Flagg and paying attention to him, he was having a couple of bad games, and I pick up on those little things I said, the hesitating and not knowing if he wants to go or stop. But yes, those flashes that he's shown in those last 2 games, that tells me, even as I'm picking it back up, okay, this guy can be something special. So going into next year when they got a healthy team and a Kyrie Irving is there, he's taking a lot of pressure off that guy. We're gonna really see Cooper in an element where I'm like, all right, let me see how much his climb is. 20 to what? He's going 20 points to what? What is he giving me next year? 25, 26?
Potentially, depending on what he decides to, work on in the offseason. And it's only gonna be just another
aggressiveness. He's gotta be aggressive all the time.
I don't think that's what he needs to be.
Yeah, because he just even watching the 51-point game in the 45-point, he was hella aggressive in those games. Yeah, like, I'm not talking about aggressive like just going to the rack. I mean aggressive in finding his shot. The step back little drag over that foot three he hit. That was an aggressive move for him to get himself open. Like he's being aggressive with trying to get his team in position to win. And I think that's good to see at this stage, especially towards the end of the season.
Didn't he lose that 51-point game?
He did lose the 51-point game, yes.
So this is what I'm saying about the Dallas team in general. It's not a good team right now. He's a young player figuring it out, and I think he's doing a good job of that. I think typically most young players do struggle this way. Some of the hesitation.
Right.
They don't know when and always to take over a game. That comes with time. But I think next year, based off of, if I'm him, I'm going to the offseason with my head high. You know what I'm saying?
Troy's not putting them down. Troy just saying when I measure players to the height, because I don't know what part you came back in, because I don't know when I seen you, if you just popped back up. If I measure, and you know me, I've always, and Mel could tell you this even better, because I do it a lot, Mulich, on the football show. When a player comes in with the hype, I always measure them to that height. And what I said is not that I wasn't sold on Cooper, is that I don't know if the hype matches his skill yet. But with his last two games, you can see flashes of why he had that hype. But I would like to see more from him, is what I said.
I think that all season long. I think he's absolutely good hype.
Troy has not been watching him all season long. That's what I said. In my defense, Troy started watching, 20, 30 games ago when I got my league pass back. When my mental finally was like, I got to check back into this shit.
He started out slow for sure, and that's
most rookies.
He expected.
Plus, they put him in the point guard position.
I mean, he's just trying to find his niche in the league too. Like he wasn't expecting Anthony Davis to go down right away, so he kind of got thrown in the fire faster than anticipated. So I think he did a good job again of weathering the storm, and then ultimately, once he found his footing, he started getting better and better as the season went on. I see a lot of good quality. I think he could be a very good two-way player too. I see the defense flashes. I see him contesting shots, and I see
defense is really good. The defense I like.
Yeah, he's very
defense is good. I like what the consistency in that 19-point game, the 51-point game, and the 45, 3-1, 3 steals, 1 block. It's what he gave you on all 3 of those games. So he is showing me some flashes on defense. I do think the 20, 21 points is good for a rookie, but just like I said, measuring him to the hype, I don't know what he was in Duke. So just me looking at how Cooper came in, catching little snippets of ESPN and them talking about him and his struggling and how they moved him to the point guard. When I finally started to watch him, I was like, all right, dude's nice, but I'm going to need to see a little bit more. And he showed me a little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
Unless again, to me, unless you thought day one he was supposed to just show you superstar.
That's what I'm seeing, because I'm in a lot of Facebook forums. So that's what I'm seeing. Like, this guy he's better than Luka, and this guy's the next coming, and we don't need Luka. So it's like, all right, when I go and finally lay my eyes on him, I need to be able to see what measures to these people, and that's what I'm measuring them by. But once I see that he's not what they are measuring him by, then I get to put him in his correct place of measurement, and he could definitely be a star and a superstar in the league. It just, like you said, depends on where he takes his game and what he works on and what he doesn't fix. He's not a bad shooter. He's 47% from the field. He's at 30% from the three-point line, which he can fix. 82% from the free throw line, which is great for a small forward, because I think that's what he's listed as. Yep, forward. Rebounding percentage is a 9.2, which isn't bad. His efficiency is at 50%.
Rebounds?
Huh?
How many rebounds?
His rebound percentage is 9.2. His rebounds on the year 6.6.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like he definitely giving you something, but
I think it just
we know how
depends on
fans
how they
are
want to
about.
use them too.
I don't go off of fans. Fans are
I
casual.
do.
You got to stop going off. That's a terrible way to view what casual people.
It's not going. It's not like I'm
game enough.
Right, but it's not like I'm taking it as what they're saying is word. I'm just measuring it I'm just seeing if the measurement of what majority of what I see in those social groups, if it's measured to me in the same standard, right? Not that I believe that they're measuring him to the right standard. I want to see it for myself. And like I said, when I started watching Cooper Flagg's games, they were losing and he wasn't scoring 20 points. So now that I get to see him score 20 points and over 20 points, and see him being aggressive, seeing him attacking, seeing him not being hesitant, seeing him being aggressive, decisive, and persuasive, like I said before you got here, to see him do those three things is what you want from him. So I know now that what fans were judging him at was a little bit more higher, and it was because them trying to get over the Luka thing or justifying, all right, Luka's gone, this guy can replace him. And I think that's a lot of more pressure than what Cooper needs, because we don't know what route he's going to take in his game and where he wants to be and how Dallas is going to use him with a Kyrie back or having a healthy AD there. I just look at that. I'm not saying I take it as their word. Like, I don't take anybody as their word. I got to evaluate things by myself. And just like I said, there's a guy named Tristan Vucevic. Tristan Vucevic plays for the Wizards. That guy's a sniper, bro. I didn't get that from nobody. I seen that shit with my eyes. I didn't know who the fuck that nigga was. So I seen him with my own eyes. I'm sniping that shit. He's sniping it. So I'm not going off with this and but I am paying attention to what other people, other fans. We are a fans podcast. I do have to pay attention to what they feel and what they're saying so we can correct it. And we can give people, as the fans podcast, the right way of looking at things or another way of looking at things.
Yeah, I mean, we are fans podcast at the end of the day, but I'm still saying I think it's levels to this shit. Like, I personally don't be in these even when I am in rooms like that or spaces like that, and I catch people over dragging like it's unreal. Now, if you want to hold him to Luka Doncic's rookie year, that's fine. You shouldn't be holding a rookie to the level of a guy that has proven you to be a superstar. You should not be doing that. That is unfair.
And that's my problem.
Player a chance to even show you that he could potentially be that. He has not even played an NBA game at this time, I'm guessing. Like, so that's so nasty to kind of put on a player. That's the problem with fans, where they have unrealistic expectations. Like,
yeah, especially him.
And that's why Troy's here to challenge those expectations. You don't have to challenge them, but I got you.
I just think
I'm gonna pay attention to it so we can challenge.
I don't talk to these people though, because I talk to them through here. Like, this where y'all gonna find Boo Up.
He said, "This where y'all gonna find Boo Up here."
He said, "This where y'all gonna get my response at."
Basket to basket.
You're not gonna find me in them spaces trying to talk to you guys being irrational and being unrealistic. I'm not going to be doing that. Like,
I do. I love it.
Not gonna entertain you being nasty.
Yeah, don't even know what you're talking about. Like,
I love it. I love telling people they don't know what they're talking about.
Same. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I love it.
Because they can't say shit to me back. I don't even hear them talking. Like,
you just did it on TikTok with the guy with LeBron. You said, bro, you just writing.
Yeah.
You just writing.
He didn't say you just talking. He said, you just writing.
You just writing, nigga. Shut up.
You just out here typing shit, bro. You just
writing, typing, bro. What are you talking about?
He a poet. You just out here writing, my nigga.
That's all they do, man. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about. They don't even making sense, bro. Like, and again, should you have some expectations for anybody drafted as a lottery pick? I believe so. Absolutely.
100%. Top 10, top 15
Yeah. Like, if you're a lottery pick, I should have some type of expectations for you.
Like another draft that I was just looking at that we could say with some good names, but to me, I'm just looking at it. There's a bunch of role players that came out of this motherfucking draft. And that's 2018.
Probably did.
Yeah.
Ayton got drafted 1. Marvin Bagley number 2. Luka 3.
Trey.
Yeah. No, Jaren Jackson Jr. Trey, which we could probably say the 3 best out of here would be Luka, Trey, and then Jaren Jackson stayed healthy.
Still somewhat healthy though.
Because defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Mo Bamba. I don't think he's in the league anymore. Oh no, he's still on the Magic, I think. Wendell Carter Jr., role player. Colin Sexton, role player. Kevin Knox, is he even still in the league?
I don't believe so.
Mikal Bridges, I would say he's a role player. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, never mind. Shai was at 11. So I would say Luka, Trey, and Shai. That's 3. Miles Bridges.
That draft just dramatically changed.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr., Dante DiVincenzo, Lonnie Walker the 5th or the 4th, whatever. Kevin Huerter, Grayson Allen, Aaron Holiday, Anthony Simons, Maurice Wagner, Landry Shaman, who's not around anymore, Robert Williams. This was just a bunch of role players.
There's still quality there, though.
Yeah, quality players, but I'm not saying bad players when I say role players, but
the reality still
like 3 stars, 1 superstar, 2 superstars, Luka, 2 superstar, Luka and Shai. Trey, would you go on with superstar?
It's gonna be some drafts where ain't no superstar. No, hell no, I call Trey no superstar. The only 2
so Trey, so yeah, Luka and Shai.
Yeah. I mean Luka and Shai, yeah.
Old school.
Luka and Shai.
Everybody else is pretty much so I'm not saying
franchise player in Trae Young. Yeah, you got a franchise player. He's a franchise player.
Wizards got him now.
Yeah, he's still a franchise player. Like he a guy you can potentially build a team around. You're just not gonna probably get very far. But
the draft after that was a okay draft because you had Zion, Ja Morant, Darius Garland, PJ, Tyler Hero. You had some names in there. Kobe White.
Man, most of the time in most of these drafts, it's just going to be a bunch of role players.
Yeah, Grant Williams, Jordan Poole could have been a star, but got punched in the face and lost his powers.
Every now and then you get a 96 draft. You get kind of like
Nick Claxton had promise too. What happened to Claxton?
It's rare though. It's rare.
Is Claxton still in the league?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's still on Brooklyn. Damn.
I don't
Claxton had some promise to him.
He had some promise because he was playing on the very loaded Brooklyn Nets team, and he was their lone defender.
Yeah, Eric Pascal is out the league.
Yeah.
Bobo damn near out the league. And Horton Tucker. Where's Horton Tucker at?
Don't know.
That nigga out the league, if I'm not mistaken. No, yeah. Last year he played for Chicago. Played 58 games. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Cooper Flagg gonna be one of these niggas that we're talking about right now. Like, that's just not gonna be in the league in 6 years. But I definitely think got some promise. We want to see where he goes, 100%. But I just don't. I gotta correct the fans. You can't jump too fast because Buwap. Did Greg Oden? Did he not come into the?
He wasn't this good as rookie year.
Right, but he came in with a lot of hype with the fans.
Yeah, but people want being. That's why I say fans don't be realistic, bro.
And then that's why Troy like challenging them. You could stick to the top of the guys. I want the fans. Pause.
College is not the same as the NBA, bro. You know,
no, it's not.
Is it a better product at times? Sometimes, especially around the March Madness time, yeah, it could be a better product than watching a regular season NBA game. You know what I'm saying? But the reality still be this, bro. Once you get to the league, this is people's livelihoods, right? This is how people get to take care of their families. It's a different. You really don't have no friends. Ain't nobody on that. Like, even though today's league is the more buddy league where everybody want to see everybody get paid. Like Greg Oden came in with guys. That's just not what's going on at the time, bro. Like, and I think, yeah, even though he was highly coveted as one of the next bigs and in the league, especially in the league that was kind of going through a down thing, you know what I'm saying, a down time with the bigs, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have Shaq was kind of on his last leg. You know, Dwight was kind of emerging, but it wasn't just a plethora of centers going on, because we started seeing honestly the bigs, the centers started kind of fading away in the early 2000s, just to be honest. Like,
became more power forwards.
yeah, that's the evolution of the power forwards. That's why when I always talk about Kobe's era,
I
like,
still know basketball.
Kobe played in the best two-guard era, in the best power forward era. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think
people
that
forget those power forwards we had back in the early 2000s.
They were evolving. They weren't just, you had Dirk, who was changing, you know, how power forwards were being guarded. You had guys like Chris Webber, Kevin Garnett, that can do a little bit of everything, pass, score, and Garnett obviously being one of the best defenders in the league at that time. Then obviously you got Tim Duncan, you know, just getting it done on both ends. So, you know, then you get the Amari Stoudemire's of the world, the Pau Gasols of the world, you know, the Chris Bosches,
the Boozers, and the Yao Mings.
Boozer.
Yao Ming was a center.
He was a 20 and 10 guy though for a little minute. Boozer was,
yeah.
I mean, Zach Randolph's, you know, the Rasheed
Wallace Cousins, yep.
So it was just a great era of power forwards where it was still an inside-out game. Portland at that time had
Chris Bosches, the David West.
They had just drafted, if I'm not mistaken,
Chris Kaman.
LaMarcus Aldridge a year before the Greg Oden trade. So they were.
Dwight was more of a center, right?
He was a center, but they were trying to build a legit.
Danny Granger.
He was a small forward. They were trying to steal
power forward,
legit front court with Greg Oden and LaMarcus Aldridge, right?
Danny was my guy.
The Trailblazers were trying to do. So
Paul Millsap, Jermaine O'Neal. Some names for your ass there. Definitely was the power forward league. I'm gonna kick this one over to Mulich. Moo, your boy returned. Steph Curry comes back and he's fighting KD. 12 rounds. KD wins it by 1 point. Was it by 1 point? I believe it was 20, 126, 126. No, 117, 116. How we felt about Steph Curry's return?
I mean, don't get me wrong, as a Warrior fan, I love to see it. But my stance on this has been consistent since I was talking about it on Twitter and the Twitter Spaces. I didn't want him to come back. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I ain't mad at
that. To me, honestly, there's no point. Jimmy's out. We just lost Moody for the year. Porzingis is in and out of the lineup. Steph hasn't played since January. Yeah, he looked solid in his return, but at the same time, it's like, at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just really didn't see a point of him coming back. I get it, right? We're trying to fight for a playoff spot, whatever the case may be. But to me, it's like, there's really no point, especially if we're not going to go far, right? Like, if y'all were like, if we were guaranteed a championship, then I'd be like, all right, bet, go for it. But we're the 10 seed pushing for like the 9th seed right now, toggling in between both those two. So I really don't see that like anything crazy happening to the point where we're just going to go on a super crazy run. So, I mean, I would just set it down for the season, allow him to take the rest of this season and the off season to get healthy, right? And then this is a really deep draft, and then acquire some talent in the draft. Let Jimmy get healthy. I really don't see Moses Moody coming back immediately next year. So we'll see how that goes, right? See what you got in Porzingis maybe, or make a trade, right? And then try to like run the table at that point. But to come back when there's 5-6 games left, or to try to make this miraculous playoff push when your superstar is 38, like that, I don't know. To me, it just didn't make any sense. But I love to see it though. You know what I mean? That's my guy. You feel me? I always take the opportunity to watch my guy ball, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like we probably should have just kind of just sat back and just waited at this point. Just let the young guys come on, develop, and then come at it hard next year. That's just me though. A lot of people said I'm crazy because obviously what he did the other day, but I mean, yeah, like I said, it looks good, but still, my stance still stands, bro. There's really no point in doing that.
I'm with you. Pull up anything to add, or we pushing on?
It's time for them niggas to retire, man.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say it. That's why I asked you. He said, "I want KD, Curry, and LeBron gone." That's always been Boo-Wop's stance. It's always gonna be Boo-Wop's stance. Is what I might feel the same way. I don't know about Curry and KD, but LeBron. Moving on. Moo, tell us who was that team again that won the NCAA national championship?
Michigan won.
Michigan.
They fucking shot horribly, but they won.
They had a big lead and lost it too. So they could have lost it.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. The way the game looked, it wasn't that big. I know it looked like it, but it wasn't that big. That was probably one of the most horrific shooting displays I've seen in the national championship game in a long time. So just look, I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, from both teams, UConn went 21
exactly.
58 and Michigan went 21-55.
Exactly, from both teams. So I'm not saying that it was like a dominant performance, because I know it looked like a crazy dominant performance at some point in time, but no. That was a rough outing for both those teams, if we're being honest.
Boo-Wop ain't got nothing to add, but them niggas would need to retire. I got you, boy. Don't worry about it. Big Mike, remind me of 80s Kentucky championship game. No. Maybe if your ass was on the screen, DJ, we could have reminded you. Anyway, getting over to the topic.
Like I said, if you watch that game, that shit was horrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Man.
They really didn't start to come alive until like the last maybe like 8-9 minutes of the second quarter or the second half. Like before that, it was a rough outing. Like
every single one of them shot that.
And it's crazy because like in the second half, they both went scoreless for like 5 minutes.
Bad.
Yeah, but it was bad.
A championship is a championship. You feel me? Boo-Wop, you ready? We out of here. This is the last one. We finally get to do it, Boo-Wop. We finally get to do it.
Thank God.
Top 10s, 80s list. Y'all ready for this? No? Y'all not ready for this? Nobody ready for this?
I thought you were talking to the current. No, I'm ready. Get my list up. I'm ready.
Hold on, let me go grab my list. Let me grab my list real quick. Hold on.
It's an 8-point game. They ain't won by 8. They won by 6. 2 more points in that game than this one.
We're gonna go 10 through 1.
However you want to say your list, say your list. I mean, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Number 10, I got Dominique Wilkins. Number 9, Alex English. Number 8, Hakeem. Number 7, Jordan. Number 6, Isaiah Thomas. Number 5, Dr. J. Number 4, Kareem. Number 3, Moses. Number 2, Bird. And number 1, Magic.
Moolich, you want to go next?
Yeah, you can go ahead and go.
Oh, Moolich want me to go. Oh. All right. So my list is going to be George Gervin at 10. Hakeem at 9. Dr. J at 8. Dominique at 7. Moses at 6. That's Moses Malone. Isaiah at 5. Isaiah Thomas. I got Kareem at 4. Jordan at 3. Magic at 2. And Bird at 1. Might be a little bias on the top of that, but so what?
No, I figured Bird was going at 1. I can dig that. I can dig that. All right. I'm gonna go D Wilk at 10. Give me. I'm trying to do this off memory right now. Excuse me. Give me Julius at 9. George at 7, or no, at 8. Sorry. Troy gonna like this one. Give me Kev at 6. Kev McHale, that is. I was a really big Kev McHale fan when I was a kid. I'm going Hakeem at 5. Give me Zay, even though that nigga get on my fucking nerves. I still got to pay my respects. Give me Zay at 4. MJ at 3. Bird at 2 and Magic at 1.
Shit. That's our top 10. I would like to I could edit Mel's and throw Mel's in later. We'll get Mel's on Thursdays. Because I wanna hear Mel's top 10 from the 80s. Because he might be like Michael Jordan.
Well, we know he's probably gonna be different because he got to watch a lot of different players.
He did get to watch a lot of players. When you're born in '65,
I got a feeling Mel gonna put Bernard King.
When you're born in '65, you know you get to watch all those players.
Yeah.
You know, Mel. If you go on Mel Instagram and his Facebook, that nigga didn't put the year he was born up there. But he don't know Troy good at math, nigga.
You gotta chill.
I know how old you are.
You gotta chill. Oh, you gotta chill.
Come on, take us out, man.
Hey, man, another dope ass show. Make sure y'all keep liking, commenting, subscribing. Keep coming back because you already know we're gonna keep going up. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey, shout out to everybody listening on Hotney Radio. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Make sure you guys tune in to Gentleman's Talk on Wednesday, Off the Glass on Thursday, and we already know we're talking that ish Friday. So make sure y'all don't miss it. We gonna see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
If it's hoops, we map it. No story, we're lacking. Every week, bring the heat like a fast break happening. So lace up, tune in, let the energy rise. Where the game meets the mic.